Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance to win one of 100 keys for Scum 1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Death Ground.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Death Ground.
Test.
Whether
Is it
you dare to
working?
enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive in these dinosaur-infested abandoned facilities.
Could you survive?
I think it works.
Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Deathground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So
Sorry, I
unlike
messed it up.
velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing height comparison for me.
We spent most of our development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because...
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
Exactly.
Sorry,
Of course,
I just
there'll be
messed
other
up the
dinosaurs
live
for
stream
you to deal
setup.
with. The #1 culprit for causing chaos is the Compsognathus, aka the Compy.
What might look like a decent hiding space for you as players might actually be a refuge for these little creatures, putting the terror in territory.
As for other species, you may spot the Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Triceratops.
Apparently
roaming
they
around
didn't
the
show it.
And the next thing you know, you're being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch. Mission
Yeah,
command,
so
the single-player
Endfield dream is
tutorial,
dead.
and introduction level.
Geothermal, where you'll need to repair everything so you can restart the power plant.
They showed that Steam game is
Agricultural,
dead.
which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Death Ground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Death Ground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell Is Us.
What happened here? Madness and hatred. have
These games I
lost
can
nothing.
only
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Belated, and I am the
Looks
Executive
interesting.
Creative Director and Executive Art Director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years now is a game called Hell Is Us. So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of Adia. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. He was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
Canada.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where the adventuring is just, if you think about it, the exploration
That is
and
so
the
random.
discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following
And
marker after
setting.
marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you on a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing and what people tell us, right?
Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes.
The
They will
UI
lead the
design
way
is
through.
awful
You
though.
talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy,
They really gotta fix that.
the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go, and then you go there and you see the road that turns, and it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique, and it works really, really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but It's very much, it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery, yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell Is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, you know. So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit, it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, you know. So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right, I think we're due another world premiere, don't you? This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous cartoon world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? Oh, so yeah, New Tales reached out and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Laura will be on board too.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right, I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
Oh no.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I go so. Everybody know you know when it click through. Try to say it's supposed to be a slow beat grind. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody drop when I'm in it.
Oh, tonight show.
Everybody know I'm you know when it click through. Try to say it's supposed to be a slow.
That's right, we're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bhullar in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Game Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above, and the beasts below.
All right, I'm pumped. Let's do this.
You're going to be bishops too?
Through Shale, all things are possible. It's time the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that? We gave you those robes for a reason. Damn, I love the church.
I like the music. Very 80s. I'm glad I never lived in that era.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to the
Future Game Show Steam page.
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien who gets in the way. Let's throw it over to Supermassive Games to find out.
Shape-shifting aliens. That sounds dumb.
We are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner. Those things can change shape.
Creepy.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
urgent assistance. Please, help us.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning Points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences in each branching path.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025, and if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme. Here's the game bakers to tell you more.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber. Your goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic. You'll need to carefully manage your balance and stamina. Make a mistake, and you'll fall and get hurt. For the first time, we are also
That's
showing
funny.
what it's like to climb at high altitudes. When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise. You'll need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip. Cairn's realistic climbing system also supports mixed climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. It's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quali.
Resident Evil game was set in Korea. Why they keep typing a holy in chat? I don't get the meme. It's mostly slop.
Hella is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Moving swiftly on.
I don't get why
it's time
Chad
for a
keeps
look
me
at
ahoy.
Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
Peggy 18.
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't? Do you trust what you see?
I don't know.
What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To
I don't know.
seem fake. Like a trick.
Ludo.
How much longer are you going to pretend to ignore it? Don't do it. Don't let him get you again.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
Hello everyone. I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025. There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days. As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of Endfield. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team.
This guy's a clown,
If
I
you
think.
are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the Endreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
Don't let him get you again.
Ludo is coming to PC,
YouTube is messed
PS5,
up.
and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a
This game is
very
so
special
bad.
someone.
The YouTube is messed up.
Hello everyone. I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025. There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days. As many of you know,
We got
I have been a
snaked.
huge fan of the work of Endfield.
Got bamboozled. I think that's the right word to break.
VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the Endreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
I'm ready for whatever. You won't find nobody better. I will bring a storm to you weather. You
mystery.
To the annoyance of the
Tip is
duck
messed up
detective,
like him.
he is joined by a new partner in solving crime, Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs
Well,
of
Hypergraph is
justice.
supposed to show something,
now,
but
we're
the
working on a
YouTube feedback is
simplified
messed
Chinese
up.
language update
YouTube is
that is coming out
experiencing
later
technical
this year.
streaming
We're
issues.
very
We have
excited
a
for you to
terrible
play.
feeds
The
on
game's
Twitch
out
and
on
our
Steam, Nintendo Switch,
FTS
Xbox One,
YouTube
and Series
if the
XS,
issue
and
persists.
PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy
Should
the
we go
rest
on
of the
Twitch?
show.
Are those bread slices?
I haven't used Twitch in a long time. I don't even remember my password.
Duck
We
Detective,
need
the
password
ghost
to
of
watch this.
glamping, has
Featuring
already
Excel.
made its way onto PC and consoles. So go check
Game
it out
show.
if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had
we do.
plenty of exciting premises so far. But how about a rhythm roguelike from the makers behind Patapon? Get on your dancing shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
Audiences give How to Train Your Dragon an A. It's one of the best live-action remakes ever.
He's a good boy.
And the problem is I'm gonna be spam with ads. They're actually remaking Patapon? Oh my god. I actually really liked Patapon when I was a kid.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th.
I played it on
But there's a
my
free demo available on
PlayStation
Steam
Vita.
if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for
You
Agatha
block
Christie,
Origin?
Death on the Nile, an interactive 70s twist on the
bother you
beloved
that?
detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Oh.
Patapon.
It can't be. It's Hercule Poirot.
Titanic.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do? And can you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal?
Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day. But I have some terrible news. But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I'm May Leach. My, you got here quickly. I've just finished my latest case. Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
Oh my god, that's so scary. I'm gonna flip.
Zoinks, Laura! House Flipper 2 Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now we're starting to close in on the end of the show, but not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into Mafia, the Old Country. Here's all the gory details.
Mafia: The Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900 Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia: The Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime family, and then this game really, this story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia: The Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances. That's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show, which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Come forward. All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family.
Ooh, bound by
And in
blood.
this family, we follow a code of honor.
That's very edgy.
It's a way of life. A brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
I shouldn't say this though, because like this is actually the genuine person I know.
A woman.
That he lives here in this city. That guy, I think he's from like Colombian mafia gang.
It is not forgiving.
Basically, his uncle is like has been on like couple interviews and stuff. Yes, he's probably one of the most well-known mafia member of the Colombia. And he's actually like, yeah, he's legit. I think he runs his own cartel in this city too. So I'm never gonna let you know which city I live in.
Yes.
Now I just look at crucial information on mafia. Yep.
Then, before the eyes of all here
The cartel, yeah.
join me.
He said it's small business though, so. And he said he'll find me if I leak this information. But he has a connection to the cuffs. The cuffs basically do nothing. I guess it's very different than Colombian gang now.
Repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I don't
I'm not sure about this, every mafia is like this, but yeah, I think the Colombian mafia is also really emphasized strong on
like this saint.
family. So betraying your family is a death. Like you can mess up all you want, but one thing you don't want to mess up is your family. Like if you break that, if you break the bond of the blood and the heart, you're dead. Not just you, but your entire family's dead.
Salute.
Salud.
like you, your wife, your grandparents, you have a daughter or son, your daughter and sons. If you have a grandchild, yeah, they're dead too. If you have a great-great-grandchild, they're dead too.
The Old
So.
Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer
I think he was
presentation
half
for
joking
Tenet
when
of
he
the
said
Spark.
that. Because,
You
like,
haven't
no
seen
one's
it
gonna
all
believe
over
me
social
anyways.
media. This is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and
That's what he
crush
probably
enemies
told me
across
anyways.
3 distinct timelines.
I mean, I wasn't surprised he told me that because I knew he was like drug dealer or
What's up?
something.
I'm
but-
Artem, the game director at Rogue
Yeah.
Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the spark.
It's a cinematic action where you fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization. All at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just for show. You have to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles. It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great-great-great-grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risk a role with such a difficult project? Because we wanted to play a game where you can start with classic 1-2, then send your opponent across the arena with your hammer, switch again to pull this dude a little closer, hit him with a huge combo across all 3 timelines.
The game looks terrible in terms of
And now we're
gameplay.
making that game with the blood, sweat, and spark.
Probably
Tenet
gonna
of the
blow
Spark.
up.
You got it, right?
I actually don't know. I don't know if like many of these games actually is become profitable to the point the company continue to exist and make games. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure just to be on this types of show, you have to pay at least like a few $100s to get a spotlight like this. It's at least like thousands of people, if not like almost like 50,000 people are watching this thing, so it's a very good exposure, so they must be paying a lot of money
Games for
to
the
be
inside
on
scoop
this
on
types
Tenet
of
the
live
Spark.
stream
It's coming soon to PC
showcase.
and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists.
So
All
are
right.
they
What have
profitable?
you got
I don't
for us,
know.
Laura?
A first look at gameplay
Is there a market for this
Creasol's
types of
Theater
games?
Idols.
Maybe I'm just
This
has
is
a.
a
I
first-person
I know I have a
horror shooter
niche
for fans of
flavor in
BioShock
terms
and
of
Resident
games I
Evil.
like to play.
You fight creepy
So,
statues on a
I always say
tormented
that
island
making
and use
games I like,
blood as your ammunition.
it's probably that way to make a lot of money because I have a very niche flavor. But like even then, I want to try to be open-minded. There might have free games like that. I don't know. This game, however, seems to be definitely looking to be more vetted.
As the shadows of the abyss.
Yeah, this game definitely seems more sellable. Can't take Bloodborne. First person view Bloodborne game. Right there.
Banish them.
Also has a bit of steampunk vibe, so. Okay, that's creepy. Okay, that's creepy. Is this a BioShock then? It looks like a BioShock.
To ash.
This is definitely BioShock.
So my soul may ascend.
Yeah, these types of game, pretty sure will sell better. And this is definitely BioShock. And gunplay looks terrible though.
Flames. For all eternity. Now. And forever. Creasol.
Holy moly, that was good.
You're telling me. Creasol Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay, well, how do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay because that last trailer's really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect to me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother.
Nothing for the Endfield.
So come,
Sad, disappointed.
let us see what flowers she's given us. Such radiant blooms. So full of promise. Now, I must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be
Wasted 2 hours, basically.
No, hold on. I've got
I
something
guess
to
you're
say.
not ready.
Ah, I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
That was your first look at Ritual Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with Lovecraftian terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the next Future Games show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's Summer Showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody who has tuned into the Summer Showcase,
Wait, what?
as well as the Dreamweaving developers who put their all into those amazing trailers we debuted today.
And remember, you can head to the dedicated
So
Future Games
there's
Show
more?
stream page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey.
And
this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
What a Hollywood ending to the Future Games Show Summer Showcase. Thank you very much to Matt and Laura for their amazing work as host, but it is not over yet. Because as you might be able to tell, there are some new stars in town. That being myself, Jules Gill.
And myself, Amy Mallet, and welcome to FGS Live from Los Angeles. We are bringing you today some exclusive new trailers, demo drops, release date announcements, and of course, world premieres.
In fact, let's start with our very first exclusive. It is our very first world premiere.
Not Endfield. Disappointed. Skip. Skip. They're actually showing gameplay for a long time.
Wait, so you're telling me that you can become a pirate, transform into an animal at will, and build your own skyfaring vessel?
And do it all with your mates. All of that footage came from the in-game online multiplayer.
Oh, there's still my beating heart. I can finally live out my dream.
Of being a pirate?
No, just having hair at will.
Ah, fair. Well, anyway, Guardians of the Wild Sky is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. You can wishlist it now and sign up for the playtest.
Amazing.
Now, Jules, I don't want to shock you.
Good, because I do have a weak heart.
But our next game is a terrifying twist on an old-school classic. Ooh. Let's have a look at the multiplayer mode for System Shock 2's remaster.
Whoa!
Skip.
I'll be the first to die. Did you kill him?
I shot him. He's still alive though.
So, in order to get out of that room, you're gonna have to push a button on the wall. Okay, you jumped down. Okay. 2 broken ankles. I think those sorts.
There's probably a hypo for that.
I might have triggered 5 tropical roids. Don't, no.
Okay. Oh, this is a craft elevator.
Yeah, this is almost like it wasn't designed for full players. Here comes. But it's... Oh.
Oh god.
Back to fail me again, insect.
Oh, that multiplayer looks brilliant. I love any kind of game mode where I can accidentally blow up my mates.
Indeed, and you can blast Showdown back to base elements when System Shock 2's remaster releases on June the 26th.
Now, Jules, do you know what else is fun?
Ripping off somebody's skin, wearing it to fool their mates, and then pretending to worship an eldritch god?
That was actually exactly what I was going to say. How did you...
I wrote this part of the script, so yeah.
Oh, fair. This is Necrofugitive.
In Necrofugitive, you are the monster.
Skip.
The nation of Avencia is at war. As the last surviving member of your cult,
Oh, lame.
deity has gifted you with unholy powers. Shapeshift through the kingdom, transform into enemies and deceive your foes. Unleash chaos wherever you go. Choose abilities.
Yeah, that's right. We are not going to get Endfield this year.
Heretic of your dreams. Go in stealth, go in combat, go however you want toward freedom. The choice is yours. Other games let you pet the dog. In this game, you can be the dog. Plus, for the first time, we're announcing local co-op. Team up with a doppelganger and take Advencia by storm. Necrofugitive is coming to Kickstarter on June 24th. Pre-order now and get a free copy of Dead Man's Hand card roulette action when you purchase the full game. Necrofugitive. Demo available on Steam. Pre-order now.
Necrofugitive is coming to PC and consoles with a Kickstarter launching on June 24th.
It is pure chaos and I absolutely love it. But you know what else I absolutely love?
Go on.
Planning road networks for busy cities.
Oh, it's a wild Friday night over at your house, isn't it?
You have no idea, mate.
Well, you're in luck because our next game is the Golden Joystick Award-nominated Mini Motorways, which is bringing out a brand new game mode. Ooh, how exciting! Start your engines.
How does a game look both charming and tense at the same time?
Oh, it's the look that I go for. It's called being socially anxious and a people pleaser.
Ah, right, okay. And fans of Mini Motorways will sure be pleased with that announcement, and you too can check out the new creative mode when it drops on the 26th of August for Apple Arcade, Switch, and PC.
Up next is a game that's making waves due to its breathtaking art style and high-octane action. This is Moros Protocol.
Threat detected.
This actually looks interesting. for the donation again, Beto.
Can you escape the confines of a decaying and deadly warship? Well, find out for yourself when the Morose Protocol drops on PCs later this year. And of course, you can wishlist it right now.
So, Jules, what's your deepest fear?
Well, that is a tough one, actually. It could either be my cats finally becoming sentient and telling me that I'm too needy, or that my beard hair falls out and you find out that I've got no chin whatsoever.
I mean, hold on to those harrowing thoughts, because we're about to have an interview with developers Variable State for upcoming sci-fi horror Deepest Fear. Have you really got no chin?
Like a turtle.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Burrows, Creative Director at Variable State. Right now, our team is working on Deepest Fear, a claustrophobic horror shooter in a retro-futuristic setting. You play Danny Carroll, survivor of a catastrophic disaster aboard an underwater habitat. Far beneath the ocean, a secret has been unearthed which throws mankind's future into jeopardy. You must fight your way to the heart of a sinister project and uncover a mystery both deeply personal and profound in its implications. The game is an immersive sim with Metroidvania level design. It's a spiritual successor to games like System Shock 2 and Prey 2017. What distinguishes Deepest Fear from similar titles is its unique focus on real-time fluid simulation. Water in Deepest Fear looks and behaves in physically accurate ways. It flows over surfaces and floods environments, it conducts electricity, it transfers heat, it knocks you off your feet with surging currents and deadly vortexes. And it can be manipulated by creating dams, locking down compartments, and using tools and equipment unique to our sci-fi setting. And more than that, a deadly pathogen has infected the ocean itself, creating a primordial soup for violent entities to spontaneously manifest from. Every puddle, leak, or water source is a potential spawn point for an entity to strike. Some of the greatest stories ever told in games have come from the horror genre. Our ambition is for Deepest Fear to sit alongside these great works. Success is not guaranteed, but we know our commitment to quality and creativity are second to none. We will accept nothing less than to make the best game possible with the resources we have available. So expect AAA quality weapon feel, expect creative, strategic enemy AI behaviors, expect intuitive customizable controls, and expect high, stable frame rates across a range of hardware specs. For now, Deepest Fear is coming exclusively to Steam. If you'd like to see the game on other platforms, please let those platform holders know. We want it too. As for Deepest Fear's development, we'll have more to share about the game in the coming months. Please, please wishlist the game on Steam if you like what you see. We want Deepest Fear to be the next great immersive sim, and your enthusiasm energizes our creativity. So please spread the word, tell your friends, talk about the game on social media. It really helps more than you can imagine. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
Scary stuff indeed, my friends. If you're looking for a horror show underwater, then Deepest Fear may be the game for you.
It sounds chilling, Jules, which right now would be most welcome. I am getting crispy in the LA sun.
Yeah, tell me about it. Even though I've got Factor 1000 liberally applied all over my body, I am burning up. In fact, I'm going to need to take a breather for a bit, if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine. In fact, our next game is both an action-packed RPG and an idle game, which for those of you who don't know, is a game where you can literally play it half asleep with your hand on the mouse, clicking away.
Amazing stuff. Well,
Brilliant.
This is Berserk Bits.
Yeah, let it say like a clicky-click game. Character design literally looks like a Mega Man.
And you can
With the
wish this
Capcoms
Berserk
that
Bits
mess
over on
with
Steam
it.
right now and check out an updated demo ahead of its launch later this year.
Now, prepare thy ears, Julian, because next we have a glorious coming-of-age adventure that doesn't just feature a bopping soundtrack.
Okay.
The bopping soundtrack is woven into the gameplay. Here's Mixtape.
What are we doing?
Hanging out, getting buzzed.
Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about three friends on their last night together, and they listen to this perfectly curated mixtape containing music from Devo and Joy Division and Lush and Smashing Pumpkins and a whole bunch of incredible music. And through gameplay, through music, you relive their finest hours.
It felt important at the time.
The music is a mixtape, and so is the gameplay. There's everything from skateboarding to pulling slushies. There's an amazing level where you toilet paper a house. And let me just say, I just want to say our toilet paper tech is second to none. The way you can toilet paper that house, I'm extremely proud of. And, you know, at Grand Theft Auto, nothing on our toilet paper tech.
Mom, who is it?
One moment. It's the pigs, darling.
I think one of the things I enjoyed most about making the game was collating the soundtrack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're showing this game again. I know they're spending a lot of money in advertisement to get mod exposure for this game, and I feel like this is a great game that's it freaking flop.
One song, and one of the people who owned the copyright was up a mountain, and we had to like send a Sherpa to go and find this guy so we could get the rights to Plain Song by The Cure. So that was definitely one of the most exciting things, was like tracking down these artists. I think if you really love hangout movies like Dazed and Confused or Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or you're really into Wayne's World, I think that a lot of those references that you will get into Mixtape. And I think game-wise, it's hard to draw some comparisons to what it is. I think it's a weird mishmash of different things. I think maybe like What Remains of Edith Finch is something you could draw on. Obviously, it's tonally whiplash from that game, but like I said, it's a mixtape of craziness, of music, of different emotions, of different eras even, and a different gameplay. Mixtape, it's coming very soon, wishlisted on Steam. You're going to be able to play it on Xbox and on Game Pass Day 1, PlayStation, Epic, wherever. Sega Dreamcast, please go out and play it. Thanks very much.
Mixtape.
There have been noise complaints.
Okay.
Featuring an ear-tickling soundtrack of absolute bangers, Mixtape is coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series later this year. They had me at toilet roll TPing a house.
Not enough games.
Yeah,
have
still
that
not
as a feature, in my
Endfield
opinion.
from
Now, Ames, I just want to say something right here, right now. I think that you would make a great
This
queen.
posters
You
you
wanna know
see.
why? I think it's because you're kind, you're very regal, and I think that once the battle is about to begin,
Yeah, yes,
you
they're
give
not
one
gonna show us
hell of a
anything.
rousing speech.
Oh, thanks, man. I think you make a pretty good monarch too. After all, Jules, the
It's
crown
kind of
jewel.
sad, I guess. I don't know.
Writes itself.
Well, luckily for us, the next game that we're going to be talking about, Thrive Heavy Lies
And
the
then
Crown, is a
all the
medieval
signs are
monarch
kind of
simulator
hinting
that's
towards the
multiplayer.
game not
Who
proving
plays
out
together?
this game.
Take a look.
Then it's better to have finished game than rushed out terrible game, of course. And Hypergrad got a lot of money, so you can probably keep the game for another year or so if they wanted to. It's somewhat disappointing that there's no real games to play right. And all the game they said is coming out this year seems to be not coming out this year. Like NTE, I think, Nerf to Labor, that was supposed to come out this year, but I don't think it's coming out this year.
Thrive Heavy Lies the Crown is out now in early access, and if you play it, you too can build your own medieval legacy. Amy,
And yeah,
you doing?
it's time for me to go
Operation Clever
soon.
Leaf is Jules. Right, that seems
I
like
think
the
my brother is
obvious time to do
coming
that.
to pick
It
us
actually
up.
is, because in our next game, you and up to 3 friends can take part in police raids.
Yep,
as a
no
crime team
Enfield
operatives.
again.
This is Phantom
No
Squad.
Enfield again. Oh well. Oh no, this game actually looks interesting. I really enjoy playing GTA Chinatown. Just a top-down shooter GTA.
Jeez Louise, that game looks intense.
It really does, and you can get ready to clear, breach, and detain sooner than you
Thanks
think.
to
because Fantasy
these
Squad
two
has a demo
people,
out
I'm
right
actually
now,
seeing what they
James.
are. How I able to play. I've never been to Hillsvik.
Now we're going to chat to Rogue Factor and
Yeah,
their
they're showing me
upcoming
all
game,
around the LA
Hell
spots.
Is Us. They took us on a lovely studio tour and gave us a developer interview, which is coming up right now.
Now, if I ever go to LA, I'm gonna remember this moment.
So Hell is Us,
And let's
in
game
terms
again.
of genre, for me, it's just an adventure game. And I truly mean this in the sense that you're going to go live an adventure with a very strong emphasis on exploration and discovery with absolutely no hand-holding. And it's kind of 50% exploration, 50% combat.
They
so
really got
third-person
fixed
melee
the
combat
UI.
with medieval
Once
weapons,
again,
even though it
the
takes place
screen
in the modern
UI
era. There's a
is
whole
not
story
working.
behind that, of course. And
It should be like
yeah,
silver.
I mean, you're by yourself. You need to figure out what's
I'm
going
not
on
like it.
and go on
LED
investigations
lights.
and fight your way through at the same time.
It's going copy like Dark Souls feel. I don't know why they
I'll
want
talk
some like
about, the dungeons in
I
Hell
don't
is
know,
Us and
Dead
what they
Spade
mean and
looking
why they're there.
great ass UI
They're
with
so
LED lights on it.
linked to the story and the lore and the deep history of the country and why all of that stuff is happening without spoiling anything. And they're
really don't
tremendously
know.
at the center of your golden path and what you
Maybe
need to
they're
achieve.
too lazy to design the art.
I don't want the dungeons
And I
to
make
be
look like it, I don't know,
modern
it just
environments
looks
as
really
well, like
up.
an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned metro station or stuff. I still wanted the dungeons to be like, you feel like you're Indiana Jones, you know what I mean? And you need to go through them, and there's puzzles and there's things to figure out. There's side stuff in them as well, and there are main challenges at the end, which are not always necessarily like a boss fight related, but there's always like a kind of like a bit of an eclectic thing happening at the end. Obviously, we're a very small team for a game this big. Like, we reach maybe 55 people.
Anyway,
so
I'm gonna
the
go and change
dungeons,
my
they're not
clothes.
all of them as complex as some, like all the time.
I'm actually wearing my
And,
pajama
yeah,
clothes,
It's just
but
again, it's just this good
after
old thing of like,
Ghost,
there's dungeons in this game. You know what I mean? Like, even though if it's not your main minute-to-minute thing, they're there.
And you can explore the supernatural world of Hideo when Hell is Us drops for current-gen consoles and PC on September the 5th. And I, for one, cannot wait.
Oh, I'm so excited for Hell is Us. Up next, we have a self-announced love letter to the Souls-like series and the merciless combat and esoteric storytelling that fans have learnt to love and cry relentlessly about. This is Prison of Husks.
You coveted my heart and life. Would you still do so?
You can check out Prison of Husks right now on Steam. There's a free demo.
Now, fresh off of its recent announcement, we're off to the strange world of Davy X. Jones, which, if you've not seen, is basically like if Doom was mixed with pirates. And yes, I love everything about that.
Yarr!
We're Parasite, a studio of industry veterans behind the critically acclaimed Blacktail. And this is your first dive into the Locker, our new world, the surreal pirate underworld of Davy X. Jones. Welcome to a fresh take on the legend, where story fuels action and death is just the beginning. Betrayed, robbed, and beheaded, pirate captain Davy Jones sinks to the Locker, the seafarer's afterlife. Now, it's time for revenge, with your body and your talking skull fighting side by side. Two halves of a legend, one hell of a journey. In Davy X Jones, you'll explore 9 islands floating in an infinite sea of clouds, each with its own unexpected challenges and unique secrets to uncover. Master first-person combat with sword, gun, and grappling hook as you fight your way back into legend, one behemoth at a time. Fast, fluid, and fierce, Davy X Jones brings classic pirate fantasy to life with a twisted edge. It's bold and powered by dark humor, all wrapped in a world as strange as it is stunning. Ready to jump in? You won't have to wait long. Play Davy X Jones demo during Steam Next Fest. Wishlist now, spread the word, and get ready to become the devil himself.
Who's the greatest pirate of them all? That's right, Captain Davy and Jones. What, you think we need one more?
Creepy looking pirates.
We need one more. I will get one more.
Amazing stuff indeed, and you can be sure that we'll be covering Davy X Jones more here on the FGS socials, so stay tuned and check out that new demo as well.
Now, if you thought life in general was pretty grim, try surviving on the hostile landscape of Mars. Here's Blind Descent.
You're finally awake. I recommend initiating a scan of your surroundings. You are 10 miles below the Martian surface. No signals detected. As your AI assistant, I advise immediate adaptation. Becoming a part of the ecosystem is essential for long-term survival.
This is a pretty cool game. Actually, I like the overall gameplay of this survival game. I don't like the art design of it. Gameplay aspects is interesting.
Non-zero. Some may still be alive.
It's like a Skyrim, but it's a Minecraft. And survival mode.
Access for PC very shortly, and you can wishlist the game right now. But let's change pace as we talk about how rubbish dating is.
Oh my god, mate. All the apps are rubbish. Sometimes I wish I could just date my PS5.
Well, luckily for you, I've got just the game for you, because we're going to be talking about Date Everything, a dating simulator in which you can literally date everything. We're talking lusty lampshades and saucy sauce pots. It's quite something.
And we're going to throw it back to Matthew and Laura, who starred in the game, to tell us what it was like turning inanimate objects into intimate objects. With
What is there like a surprise box? Is that Endfield? But yeah, I gotta go.
Roll the footage.
Hello, you pathetic.
We'll wait a few minutes.
Little wretch.
What can you
Maybe that's a surprise box. It's actually Endfield.
Date everything. Was that burp? Date everything. So
That'll be funny if it actually ends up being Endfield, and I just missed it because I have to go right now. That will be hilarious. That'll be actually like hilarious.
It's an unhealthy relationship, but you should totally try it out.
Maybe you can fix her.
Yeah, maybe. What about you?
I play Chance, the D20, to no one's surprise.
You open your mouth and out comes...
Chance, what a great name.
He's great too.
They put so many people in this game.
And it's so well written.
It really is. It was so much fun.
It's rare that someone comes out with a game that ends a genre. Because I don't know what you date from this point forward in games.
Date everything.
You can date everything.
You can date your existentialism, can't you?
Oh yeah. Among other, I know a few things that you can unlock in that game, and it's so... Play it. It's coming out soon.
It's going to be really fun.
So good. The
really,
writing is
really
incredible. It's so well done.
What's up, baby?
But these guys are back
Red
again.
shirt you've got. Glad it doesn't cover
Oh
your
baby,
sweet ass.
it's a fantasy red shirt season.
It is like nothing I have
Oh
ever
my
known
god.
before or since.
Thank
you very much to Matt and Laura for that wonderful take on this very strange game.
And what you just saw was, in fact, only a humble
That's a
snippet
funny
of a
looking
much
game
bigger
for
interview
sure.
coming to the FGS YouTube channel soon with the lovely Matthew Mercer and Laura Bailey. So subscribe for that.
And you too can date everything when the game drops on June the 17th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and of course, PC.
Now, sticking with the theme of looking at your home in a different way, we're going to have a little look at brain-tickling puzzler, The House of Tesla.
Yeah, good luck at work. Hey, I'll see you again next time. What's the game after this? I'm just gonna wait, see. And as I see it's not Endfield, I'm gonna get out of here. As a Tesla. Nicholas
I
Destin.
struggle to change a bloody light bulb in my house, so I've got no chance.
Okay,
with
so
that
this is
game.
a-
However,
this is
you
a
too
surprise
can feel
game. What is it?
illuminated mentally when House of
What is
Tesla
it?
drops on Xbox Series X and S, PS5,
What is it?
and PC later this year.
Now, Jules, think fast. What's
Surprise.
next?
I just told you my brain no work good. Topless dog poker.
Oh, I wish. It's another world premiere.
Oh, that was like my fifth guess.
Enjoy.
Hope. That's my name. My home is in the city of Shenyang.
That is that.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm gonna go now. Anyways,
And
thanks
I've
for
always
watching.
felt safe here.
See you guys next time.
That's all about
With more
to change.
videos. These guys enjoy this one. And yeah, I gotta
live
go.
with my parents in a small
No
apartment
Endfield.
downtown.
Endfield Dream is dead.
Or I
Not
did.
coming out this year.
I'm home.
Bye. Yes, enjoyed.
Dad?
I'm gonna go now.